This is Nate Diaz, and he's been fighting in the UFC for over 13 years. That is a long time. While he never really got close to the title, he definitely solidified himself as one of the baddest fighters on the roster. Dana even made him a whole new belt, realizing he would never ever get the actual title. No one really hates Nate Diaz because when it comes to fighting, he throws down. He literally brings it in every fight, doesn't stop coming forward, and turns every fight into a war. He's definitely got that dog in him, even when he's losing, which is like 70% of the time these days. 3-3 in his last 6, and he's going to fight this guy next month. This is Jake Paul, a Disney kid turned YouTuber turned boxer who has had a lot of success with semi-retired MMA fighters. So how will this boxing fight turn out? Let's investigate. Alright, quick analysis. Jake Paul was on a great trajectory fighting retired MMA fighters, and then he thought he would fight a real boxer, fought Tommy Fury, lost that fight, and now he's back to fighting retired MMA fighters. Nice. At this point, they're basically just lining up targets for him. Nate Diaz is a great MMA fighter. Most of his wins come from the ground and submissions. He's an okay-ish striker. When he fights strikers in the UFC, it doesn't really work out well. Look at when he fought George Masvidal, he got pieced up, he got dropped many times, and the fight had to be stopped because of scar tissue. And what's to say Jake Paul's jab wouldn't open up a cut on his face, and the doctor would probably have to stop it. And that would probably happen before Jake Paul knocks him out, which I don't think is going to happen. No way. No fucking way. You know what this is? This is like an insurance policy. This is a retirement plan for UFC fighters. Once they leave UFC, they go fight Jake Paul, grab a last paycheck, and be done with mixed martial arts or sports in general. It's sad, man. Dana White should be given our retirement plans, not Jake Paul. There are two possible ways I see this fight ending. The first one is Jake Paul cuts open Nate Diaz. It gets to a point where the doctor is like, that's enough. That's too much blood leaking from your face. We have to stop the fight. And that's a very high possibility, considering Nate has a lot of scar tissue on his face from his MMA fight. And the second possibility this fight ends is by a decision. Jake Paul boxes and outclasses Nate Diaz in the ring and then wins a decision. And at the end of the fight, Nate Diaz thinks he's won. And there's a tiny bit of controversy. But yeah, I think the first option is probably more likely to happen. But then again, a decision win for Jake Paul isn't too far out the reach. Is he gonna knock out Nate Diaz? I struggle to see it, but if that does happen, that's gonna be quite a sight. Fuck. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to Sidecontrol for more MMA and boxing content.